defensive end, but 38 points, and he let everybody know this is his city. Those legs, no time to be fatigued. You had the day off. Now you got to bring it again.
Played 48+ minutes in the double overtime win on Saturday. And here we go, semifinal number 2. Gonzaga has the ball first. Drew Timme, an immediate touch on the offensive end for the Zags. And the 9th-ranked team of the country, Las Vegas' own Julian Strawther, starts the game at the basket.
He loves coming back home and playing. He's got 30 family and friends here at the game tonight.
30's a big number.
It's a lot of friends and family.
He may try to match that with his point total, because you're right, he has always played well coming back home. So San Francisco with their first offensive possession. And Shabazz against Timme.
Surprised he gave it up. They're face guarding Shabazz. I mean, Drew Timme is off of no help. They basically play on 4 and 4.
San Francisco had to get a shot up, didn't do it, turned it over. So not a great first possession. Timme will shoot the 3. No good. They're going to call a foul against Hawthorne. Trying to grab the rebound. Anton Watson had good position.
If you have any guesses of what Mark Few was thinking when it comes to Khalil Shabazz, it was take him out of the game. Face guard him, no help off of him.
I mean, it just seems like you got to have that strategy. Watson tries the 3. That one off to the side. Timme couldn't grab the offensive board.
Couldn't grab it because Roberts went back in and got his hands on it.
And one thing about these guards, they are undersized, Roberts and Shabazz, no doubt about it. But they play bigger, they play tough. Shabazz in the first matchup between these two teams, he had 9 rebounds, smallest guy on the floor. Did not shoot the 3, and Newberry commits the illegal screen offensive foul.
Well, if he would have come off that screen and shot it, and I think he should have, that wouldn't have been a foul on his teammate.
Instead, it's another Dons turnover. First minute and a half here. Winner takes on St. Mary's tomorrow night. Nolan Hickman, runner, good.
Simple, effective. I thought they settled for those 2 3-pointers by Watson and Timme, and I think that the key for Gonzaga tonight is going to be what it often is dominating points in the paint.
And if San Francisco is going to turn it over like this, they'll have no chance. Strawther 3 short. Here is Shabazz. Josh Coonan's played well in this tournament. Shot the ball well. Hickman really, truly trying to deny Khalil Shabazz. Tough 3, in and out. No good.
The problem with shooting the 3, if it doesn't go down for USF,
great pass.
Long shots lead to long rebounds. Those long rebounds for Gonzaga lead to run out and layups.
Over the years under Mark Few, that's what Gonzaga has done so well. They just, if you miss a layup, if you miss a 3 and it's a long rebound, they just kill you in transition. Newberry. That one goes down. So the first bucket of the game for San Francisco.
Now settled, squared up. Nice little look there. USF is going to need, like Roberts, I think, has to have a big scoring game tonight because the way they're going to defend him is to take out Shabazz.
Strawther hits the 3. You give him those looks, and you got no chance.
Drew Timme is trying to tie his shoe as he's playing defense.
It's hard to do those things at the same time. His shoe did not get tied. There goes Shabazz. Some contact, no whistle. Rebound Watson. And the big men will bring the ball up for Gonzaga. The big men can lead the break. Strawther wanted that deep 3. Instead, no good. Tap back by Timme. Came from behind, almost stole it away. Timme down low. Anton Watson, no good. And then nobody for San Francisco grabbed the ball. Josh Coonan just didn't grab the ball, and it cost them 3 points. Timeout San Francisco. And Chris Gerlofson is not happy with his player. San Francisco.
We'd like to welcome everybody to Kennel South. The Zags fans have packed it, and the team has come out and said, hey, we're ready to play. We want to play for a championship tomorrow night. They're up 10 early.
Michael, I am offering you a chance to atone for what you have done.
What exactly are you asking me to do? Tread very carefully.
If we do this correctly, every person will get what they deserve.
Showtime, now $5.50 a month for 3 months. Visit directtv.com/showtime today.
It started with making a better men's shirt. And now we're on a mission to take over your entire closet with basics that last a lifetime. Inspired by our Southern California roots, Built Basics is here to elevate your style in true premium fashion. Make the switch to premium basics today and level up your look. Shop now at BuiltBasics.com.
From the Horizon League to Las Vegas and the West Coast Conference Champ Week presented by Principal. What a start for the second seed in this WCC tournament. And the number 9 ranked team overall in the country, Gonzaga, with a 12-2 lead over the Dons of San Francisco. St. Mary's beat BYU. They're already in the championship game tomorrow night. The winner of this one will take on the Gales for the WCC title. Dave Fleming, Sean Farnham. Great to have you with us. Man, Gonzaga could not have drawn up a better start to this semifinal game.
No, they've been able to get the ball deep inside the paint, and they've been scoring at will. And a couple of three-pointers, Strother and then Watson late in the shot clock. But what's been more impressive is they haven't given any clean looks yet to the guards. And the guards and the three-point shot are essential to any hopes that San Francisco has in this game. If they do not make their three-point shots, this could turn ugly.
And they have guards who can score. I mean, San Francisco, between Khalil Shabazz, Ty Roberts, and Marcus Williams, who's going to check in for the first time, they can get back in a game in a hurry.
Yeah. But the problem right now is they've only attempted one three-point shot. They've turned it over 3 times. Turnovers lead to runouts, and it turns to points in the paint. It's a champ week. Dave, how much fun is this?
We had an incredible first semifinal game. Roberts short on the jumper. St. Mary's, 5 minutes into the second half, was up by 26, and BYU cut it down to 4 in the late minutes and came up just a little short. Nice pass. Regier Bolton 3. No.
Ball movement has been really good for Gonzaga here early. Should be no surprise. They're so efficient at the offensive end.
And part of why you mentioned the fun factor, Shabazz open 3. Good.
It only takes one. I mean, it's that simple. When they're able to get in, they've been denying Shabazz everywhere so far in this game. That's the first time he's been free and had a clean look.
I mean, he had those 38 points, career high, in the quarterfinal win against Santa Clara, nearly a steal.
Coonan just had no awareness. The ball almost hit him in the head.
I mean, Josh Coonan has had a couple chances to come up with the ball and just has not done it. Watson, Timmy will go to the free throw line. He got fouled.
Coonan has played really, really well, but he's got to figure it out. He just, an air ball right over the top of his head. He doesn't rebound the ball there. The ball almost hits him and he's in a denial. Just grab the ball, gain possession for your team.
So many different ways to measure the success of this Gonzaga program. How about this one for Mark Few? This is his 24th year. He's got the best active career win percentage. He's been to the national championship game twice. He's been to 7 straight Sweet 16s. His Gonzaga Bulldogs in his 23 years have never not played in the championship game of this tournament. They're 49-5 in the tournament in his tenure, and they have been in the championship game every single year.
Truly remarkable. Because there's been a lot of good teams in this conference, but a lot of that comes in when they're the number 1 seed. They're playing the 4 seed, and Gales and Cougars are fighting on the other side.
Williams got the very soft roll off the back of the iron.
All right, San Francisco at that timeout starting to find themselves a little bit at the offensive end of the floor.
It's funny because Mark Few, we were talking to Mark today, and one of his fears in these semifinal games is when you get that triple bye, and this is your first game, Watson wide open 3, good. You fear a slow start because you haven't played for a week.
His numbers indicate that that's not accurate.
Yeah, you can toss that fear out the window. Sorry, Mark.
His numbers year in and year out in this game, and as well as the numbers of his team right now and how hard they're competing, Anton Watson, what a start for him.
And Gigi Berria just like wishing that one in. Missed the layup. Watson right down the lane.
One of the most unheralded stars of this Gonzaga team. I mean, really, we talk so much about Timmy and Strother, and deservedly so. Watson's been sensational at both ends of the floor all season long.
Kunin passed up the three. Josh Kunin. Shabazz, three of his own, and that's his second one already. It can happen in a hurry with Khalil Shabazz. Just an incredible shooter and scorer. Bolton to Watson. Watson with a foul.
He's got 12 of the 21 so far to start this game. He's moving well without the ball. He's setting good screens. He has his hands ready. He's knocked down a pair of threes. He's got some rebounds, some deflections. A very focused effort. They don't have the length. They don't have the shot blocker underneath. So they can space the floor. They can lift their bigs.
I think we've gone from unheralded on the Gonzaga roster to unheralded in the conference. I think Anton Watson is one of the best players in the country. I do. If you put the whole package together, one of the great defensive players in college basketball.
He is very good. I don't think I'd go one of the best players in the country, but he is certainly one of the most important players to their team and how they want to play.
Newberry couldn't finish the layup. Malachi Smith, 6th man of the year in the WCC. Gets it back from Watson. Hunter Salas three, short, rebound, and Watson just punches it back to Strother. For volleyball too. Ben Gregg, open three. That one's good.
His continued development as a stretch four, giving Timmy some time on the bench. You can pick and pop him all day long. Scouting report, you've got to have awareness of when 33 checks in. He's looking to pop. He's not looking to roll.
San Francisco's got to be careful because this could turn into a blowout in a hurry. Newberry, they left him open, and he scores. Out of bounds. That's a Gonzaga turnover.
Dave, what a start for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. A very focused effort so far for this team. I mean, it's just so impressive to see the way that they've been executing at both ends. Almost doubling up the shot attempts of the Dons.
Watson. Yeah, he ends up committing the foul. He almost just stole it right away from Newberry. First or second time out here in Vegas.
That's been all Anton Watson, even the foul, but everything else has been real positive. His ability to stretch it from the outside. So much of the year, teams have said, hey, leave 22 open. That's not working so well tonight. Then he gets in that on-ball screen action. He's almost unstoppable in the paint.
Michael, I am offering you a chance to atone for what you have done.
What exactly are you asking me to do?
Tread very carefully.
If we do this correctly, every person will get what they deserve.
Showtime, now $5.50 a month for 3 months. Visit directtv.com/showtime today.
When the details take precedence and each piece is crafted with intention, the rest falls perfectly into place. We strip away everything but the essential, finding sophistication in simplicity. And what we're left with are thoughtful bedrooms for modern living. Thuma.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball brought to you by Principal. When you take care of your team, they take care of business. Isn't it amazing how we time the billboards every single time we nail it when the fountains are going off?
Well, Jerry Weinstein, our esteemed director, has the, what's those things called? They go up and they fly around and you can videotape off
the drone?
Yeah, the drone action going on.
You know, drone. Yeah. Great shots from high up above Las Vegas.
Weinstein spares no expense on the WCC tournament. Anton Watson has certainly made San Francisco pay for leaving him wide open. 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. He's got 3 rebounds, an assist, and 13 points already in the game to really pace and ignite this offense.
And look, you can disagree with me, and I did, and
but I appreciate
fine.
your point.
But I'm not saying he's like a spectacular kind of excellent, but all-around performer in college basketball.
He impacts the game in at all points in time during the game.
I just think he's one of the best players in the country. I'm not saying 10 best. Ty Roberts hits the 3. So Roberts and Shabazz doing their best to try to keep San Francisco in this game.
Well, and the three-point shot does that. And that's where this team has been able to consistently step up. What were they trailing in the second half against Santa Clara? Was it 11?
Yeah.
And then they just went on their barrage from beyond the arc.
With about, 5 minutes to go? Something like that. Got it to overtime, got it to double overtime.
It wasn't Iowa-Michigan State barrage, but it was pretty intense.
Loose ball. Roberts, great hustle on the floor. And it'll be a jump ball. Arrow favors the Dons. That was just a pure effort play from Ty Roberts.
Well, that's what he does. I mean, he had a great defensive game against Brandon Pajemski from Santa Clara the other night, even though Pajemski almost had a triple-double in the double overtime. But you mentioned it. These guards for the Dons, they just play hard. I mean, they compete. They're not afraid of diving on the floor for loose balls, skinning their knees. They play a lot bigger than their stature.
Shabazz off the glass, no good.
And what Mark Few say, we'd like to see Khalil Shabazz have to try to score going downhill on us and not allow him to get open looks from beyond the arc.
And Mark said he might be able to do it, but I'd rather force him to do that as opposed to letting him rain from outside. That's a foul against San Francisco. First-year head coach Chris Gerlofson. Big expectations taking over this program. Dons went to the NCAA tournament last year for the first time in a couple decades. He's been the associate head coach. Some good, some really impressive wins in the non-conference.
Some heartbreaking losses.
Really, the number one heartbreaker was against these Zags at home. Had the game for the whole game, basically. Second foul on Josh Coonan, who stays in the game for USF. Timmy posting up down low. That quick move.
Push on an island. When he gets 2 feet in the center of the paint, it's over. Just because he's able to spin either way. Ideally, he wants to get to that left shoulder and finish with his right.
17 points away from tying the all-time scoring record in the history of Gonzaga basketball. Now Roberts gets called for a foul.
Well, look at Timmy. I mean, once he gets that deep, I mean, you're on an island, and nobody wants to be on the island of Timmy.
Well, I know one guy who does. That's Drew. He likes it there.
It's usually beautiful this time of year.
Yeah, March weather really improves. Smith, runner, no. You mentioned how fun this event is. When the Zags play here, the Gonzaga crowd in Las Vegas is incredible.
It's Kennel South.
There are so many Zags fans in the building.
Good recovery by Hickman that time on Shabazz. Communication in the switch by Timmy was nice.
Al Williams got Timmy flying in the air. Shabazz lets it fly. Just too strong. And
that's
now a foul.
Yeah, push on Silas.
Yeah. I thought that one was going down, by the way, from Shabazz.
Why wouldn't you believe it? I mean, it's what he's done.
Yeah, that was a foul on Hunter. So San Francisco ball. Shabazz hits the floor, no call, makes a shot anyway. Oh my goodness.
If he's doing that, we still have a game, folks. I mean, like, he can really get it going.
But the answer on this end, you have to guard Ben Gregg. That's his second already. The Zags have 30 on the board. We're barely halfway through the first half.
They've scored 60 and a half already this year.
They might do it again here in the conference tournament. Newberry, 3. That one too strong.
Well, they should defend the three-point line with Greg, and they're going to leave him open again.
They are. They're not guarding him. That time he rushed it. They got away with it because Ben Gregg's a really good three-point shooter.
Coonan just leaving him wide open. The scouting report on Ben Gregg is pick and pop, stretch 4.
Here's Shabazz. He found an opening. Khalil Shabazz. Not that time. Coonan saves it. Good defense from Malachi Smith. Roberts dribbling through the defense. Extra pass. Here's Williams, 3. Good.
Well, they got 3 guards, and Marcus Williams is that third guard. When Meeks went out with his foot injury, they've gone to this smaller lineup, and when they've done it with their guards, it makes them so difficult to guard because of their quickness.
Again, and it went in and out. So the Dons have gotten away with it 2 possessions in a row. Maybe that's the strategy. Because they're not guarding Ben Gregg. Williams, another 3 try. In and out. Coonan got a hand on it. Rebound Zags.
I think USF would like this to be a 3-point competition.
Yeah. Smith dribbles through traffic.
I mean, if you make it a 3-point competition, you're taking number 2 out of the offensive equation. It's been a while since Drew Timme got his hands on the ball.
Wow. Shabazz, not that time. For some players, Coonan saved it right to Smith. It's a bad shot for USF. I mean, I think that's their formula to try to win this game. Timme against Coonan. Shabazz got in there. That's a travel and a turnover.
Well, 3-point shot, and we mentioned it. They like to shoot it. They've got to make it tonight. And Khalil Shabazz put on a performance on Saturday, dropping 38, and he's off to a sensational start again. Pick and pop 4 of Ben Gregg. He's dialed up 2 already. You like 3-pointers? This is the game for you.
I like them. I want to see more of them.
Michael, I am offering you a chance to atone for what you have done.
What exactly are you asking me to do?
Tread very carefully.
If we do this correctly, every person will get what they deserve.
Showtime. Now $5.50 a month for 3 months. Visit directtv.com/showtime today.
It started with making a better men's shirt. And now we're on a mission to take over your entire closet with basics that last a lifetime. Inspired by our Southern California roots, Built Basics is here to elevate your style in true premium fashion. Make the switch to premium basics today and level up your look. Shop now at BuiltBasics.com.
Even the bleachers shake. It really is Kettle South here in Las Vegas. 30-21. Second seed Gonzaga, the second semifinal in the West Coast Conference with a 9-point lead against San Francisco. 2 months ago, early in conference play, these two teams played a tremendous game on the hilltop in San Francisco.
Yeah, it was. In the second half, Rasheer Bolton was so big, none bigger than this one. The putback that got them the win. A failure to execute with time on the clock. They didn't even get a shot up. And they would escape with a 2-point victory on a game that you and I called in early January. Bolton was great that night.
It was a precursor in a lot of ways to the season we watched in the WCC. Because we have seen so many games come down to the final minute. Buzzer beaters or near buzzer beaters. I think the students who are here in Las Vegas are thinking, we're watching our Zags. We're playing great in the first half. We're college students, and we're in Las Vegas.
Check, check, and check, please.
Trying to make sure they're here for at least one more full day and night. Championship game tomorrow night. Anton Watson back in the game. Almost stole the ball away. Roberts down low. Gigi Berria this time, instead of laying it in, dunks it home.
He's giving good minutes to this team after being really ineffective for most of the season. He did it 2 nights ago, and he's made his impact already in this one.
If he finishes around the rim especially, he can be a real positive for USF. You're right.
A little bit more athletic than Markovetsky. That's a foul, though.
Yes, it was.
Right on cue. Thank you very much.
That's his second.
And they're going to bring Markovetsky in. That's when they'll go to the drop coverage. So when Markovetsky's going to sit back down right now, but they had him like he was running in. The way they cover that, if they go to that drop coverage, that's when you're going to start to see those guards try to get to the elbow and get that mid-range jump shot. That's what they were able to do in that game that brought them back.
Bonus for the Zags. Strother makes the first. We got you covered Selection Sunday, noon Eastern on ESPN. College Basketball Live preps you for the day. And Reese and everybody looks at the men's field of 68 as the brackets are announced. Then we got bracketology. We break down every region. Then the women's field of 68 is revealed. Everything will stream live on the app. That's coming up on Sunday, Selection Sunday.
Well, South Carolina tied for second all-time for longest weeks, ranked #1 consecutively on the women's side. Tremendous what Don Staley has done.
Newberry dribbled it off his foot. So the women's tournament, despite that, yeah, that's an offensive foul. Timmy, Gigi Berria was in good position.
How about that with 2 personal fouls? The big fella put himself in position and baited Drew Timmy into this charge. He just stood there and waited for the spin.
It's good defense. Well, San Francisco, a lot has gone wrong for the Dons, including that turnover number. They got 7 turnovers. They're only down 8. Marcus Williams finds Gigi Berria. Bucket and a foul. He's come to life.
Well, and they need him to, because here's what's happening, right? So you're Mark Few, you're talking to your team, guys, they're guards. We got to extend out our defense. We've got to be there on the catch. We know they want to shoot the 3. They rely so heavily upon it, and then they look to drive. What they didn't talk about is, hey, they got some guys with length that can catch and finish around the basket. And so if they can start to get some production underneath here, that will organically open up their 3-point shots as this game goes on.
And that was also the second foul against Anton Watson. Gigi Berria misses the free throw, but this is a 6-point game. And Watson's had to go to the bench for the Zags. Bolton. Timmy gives it up. Hickman rejected by Newberry, who fights for the ball and grabs it away.
What an effort by Newberry there. Not only to get the deflection, but then to track the ball down.
Marcus Williams, it spun out. Didn't go down. Now Bolton in the open court on the attack. Trying for a whistle, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Zags ball. That was a tremendous play by Dwaydo Newberry.
Well, this has been a lot of fun. I mean, this game looked like early on that Gonzaga could turn this into a track meet. They've slowed down a little bit, and that has allowed San Francisco to slowly work their way back in here.
7 minutes in, Zags led by 15.
Drew Timmy only has 4 points in this game.
That's part of what you were talking about. Strother catch and shoot, and it goes for 3.
That's the hometown roll right there.
You saw the look on his face, and not how he was dreaming about it, but it went in.
That's the flat tire on the curb. That thing hit the back iron and just rolled in.
Newberry will try the 3. That one no good. Tip up is good. Gigi Berria.
And Gigi Berria with 6 points now in this game.
He's a big man who can move. He does have some athletic skills. There goes Bolton. Found an opening, but then missed the shot. Good look.
Drew Timme just not impacting this game right now. The Dons have done a great job of trying to take him out of it.
Williams just waited for Strother to fly by. Had a great look, missed the three.
That would have been a big one.
Yeah. And those are the shots that the Dons make.
Timme wanted the ball. He's isolated one-on-one. You got to bring help right away here.
Force him to give it up. He threw it away. Greg couldn't catch it. That went off of Ben Gregg out of bounds. He's a Las Vegas guy, Julian Strother.
And that smile that you see right there is the same smile you got after this one. Flat tire on the back rim. Yep, it works. Hey, it still counts for three, my man.
Michael, I am offering you a chance to atone for what you have done.
What exactly are you asking me to do?
Tread very carefully.
If we do this correctly, every person will get what they deserve.
Showtime, now $5.50 a month for 3 months. Visit directtv.com/showtime today.
When the details take precedence, and each piece is crafted with intention, the rest falls perfectly into place. We strip away everything but the essential, finding sophistication in simplicity. And what we're left with are thoughtful bedrooms for modern living. Thuma.
Yeah, we'll look forward to it. Lots to talk about. I think it's good analysis. I'm going to go back to something you said early in this game. When it wasn't going well for San Francisco, they want this to be a three-point shooting contest. The more of that there is, the better their chances.
13 of the 27 shots that the Zags have attempted in this game have been from beyond the arc. They have only 10 points in the paint. They're only +2 in the paint. I think that's what Coach Green was talking about is you got to play through the interior. You've got to force them to foul you or give up points in the paint because that's been the recipe for Gonzaga's efficient offense for so long.
Yeah, no team dominates in the paint. Really no team in the country like Gonzaga does. Roberts curls into the three. No. Rebound Timme saves it to Ben Gregg. Nice play by Timme. Right through the hands of Bolton. Timme.
Bring help.
Yeah, Newberry fouled him. Count the basket.
Right now, I'm going to double Drew Timme every time he touches it. I'm not even going to let him get to the bounce. A lot of guys wait till they get to the bounce. You lunge and reach behind the back like that. By the way, as soon as he sees your hand come on that side of the body, he's going to turn middle. See that reach right there? That's what gave up the points. Now you're in a late recovery. That's what creates the foul and gives them an N1. And Dave, you've talked about Drew Timme so much better at the free throw line as of late.
He's shooting 78% over the last 2-3 weeks at the line. He was at 59% for the year until then. He's still only 62%, but way better at the line.
That's important come tournament time.
Really important. We kind of saw it happen. One of those games you and I were there in Spokane. It's like the switch went off. Roberts couldn't get a shot off. Shot clock winding down. Shabazz knows it. He'll be taking this shot. Khalil Shabazz flips it up and
how about that one, huh? Double team. No, he knew exactly how much time he had.
He's amazing.
Such great feel.
Timme backdoor from Gregg. Timme, no! But they called a foul on the floor.
I think that's 3 on Gigi Berria.
It was kind of a late whistle. Gigi Berria, I thought he did foul him, but the whistle didn't come until late.
Well, look at this. Just the shot clock winding down and just flip it up. And the other end, you kind of get caught in no man's land. He kind of was flat-footed on that roll. You cannot be flat-footed with Drew Timme. And just as Tom Crean was talking about it in the studio, Get to the free throw line. Play through the paint. Well, there's a reason Tom Green coached. You know that.
I'm sure Mark Few was saying the exact same thing when Tom was saying it in studio. Mark was saying it in the huddle. That's exactly what the Zags have done.
Tom knows Mark. Maybe he texted him.
It's possible. It's possible. Timmy made another free throw. And he made another one. The rims are friendly here.
Mark Few double thumbs up to Drew Timme as he came back down the floor.
He's 5 of 5 at the line. It really is a big story for the Zags heading to the NCAA tournament. Markovetsky gets fouled by Timme going for the steal. I mean, there were times this year, I think that's number 2 against Timme. There were times this year, late in games, close games, where Timme had to come out of the game. You can't have maybe the best player in the country on the floor if he's not making free throws late. He solved that problem.
And now Efton Reed comes on the floor, and Drew Timme will go out for the final 2 minutes of this half. That'll change a little bit. They won't be able to play through the post like they have on the last couple possessions. Efton Reed, not a back-to-the-basket guy that you want to play through.
Feels like a big couple minutes for San Francisco, trying to hang in there. Shabazz hits the floor, hits the three. No foul, but another three in spectacular fashion for him.
Give me a ticket to watch that young man play every single time he's on the floor. I absolutely love the way he plays and competes.
Crazy. Hickman short. Here comes Roberts sprinting down the floor. Bounce pass right through Hawthorne's hands. A little too much mustard on that pass, I think.
I mean, so many things haven't gone right for the Dons, but when this young man, his hands are on the ball, it's electric. We've seen the flip in traffic, the ability to stretch and knock down three-point shots from the outside. That's 4 three-pointers already for Shabazz.
He's got 14. Dons are down 7, 1:10 to go in the half. Strother to Reed. Efton Reed had his shot blocked, but another foul. This time on Hawthorne.
Good job by Efton Reed relocating into the vacant spot as Strother drove to the center of the paint.
So now Reed, who started a ton of games in the SEC, has not played a whole lot for the Zags this year. First of 2 free throws for him. No good. Wednesday in the NBA, doubleheader starts in New Orleans. Brandon Ingram and the Pelicans hosting Luka and Kyrie. The new look Mavs, 7:30 Eastern. Then in LA, the Raptors against the Clippers, trying to make a surge late in the year. Coverage tips with NBA Countdown at 7 Eastern.
My son Kellen Farnham, he'll be watching that game. Clippers, his team, I mean, last night it was a roller coaster of emotions as they made their historic comeback. I say every game's a historic comeback, but it put a smile on his face. Nevertheless, look at the free throw differential there.
Yeah, that's big. San Francisco's only taken 1. Markovetsky sets the screen. Here's Hawthorne's 3. That one's perfect. It's a 5-point game.
They have to make them to stay in the game, and they're making them.
Gonzaga's going to call a timeout. That was pretty amazing. San Francisco's finding a way to hang in this game. Timeout. We'll be back right after this.
To old friends and new family. Cheers.
I would do anything in my power to protect you.
There is some darkness out there.
You just gotta hold on.
That's right. What's happening? Someone knows what happened.
Showtime, now $5.50 a month for 3 months. Visit directtv.com/showtime today.
When the details take precedence, and each piece is crafted with intention, the rest falls perfectly into place. We strip away everything but the essential, finding sophistication in simplicity. And what we're left with are thoughtful bedrooms for modern living. Thuma.
You go back to Kyle Smith, even head coach at San Francisco, was the guy who really got this program turned around. Then Todd Golden took over, took it to a whole new level. Todd's now at Florida. Chris Gerlofson has continued it. The three-point shooting emphasis for the Dons has been a part of their program resurgence.
And they average 10 made per game, and they're at, what, 6 right now? So 7 in the first half. So, I mean, they're probably going to eclipse that unless they get ice cold here in the second half. But they're doing what they need to do. The areas you want to clean up, turnovers. When they fell behind in that deficit early in the first half, they were turning the ball over. They were allowing Gonzaga to run in the open floor. Anton Watson was hurting them. Now you got Watson and Timmy on the bench. It's opened the door of opportunity, still a little momentum going to the break.
Zags with about a 10-second difference between game clock and shot clock out of the timeout. No Timmy, no Watson on the floor.
I got a Strawther here.
Yeah. Roberts matched up with him after he had Pajemski the other night. Smith, pass deflected. Ben Gregg shoots a three. Good!
His third of the first half.
Well, the young man's made 3 of 5 threes. Final shot opportunity for Shabazz and the Dons. He gave it up. Hawthorne didn't get rid of it in time. They counted it, but I didn't think he got the shot off.
No, that's going to get waved off. So here's what they did. They count it so they can go back to review it. Three-point shots, the ability to drive and attack, moving without the ball, getting downhill.
Khalil Shabazz on the other side. I mean, my goodness. One man can keep a team in a game. He is something else.
His feel, his understanding of time, possession, his motor, it never stops. How many minutes he played the other night? 48?
48 minutes on Saturday night.
Dropped 38 in that one. He's got 14 here in the first half. I mean, just an incredible first half. He's got to do it for a second 20, though, and probably a little bit more, because this guy's going to be back out on the floor. You mentioned it, the foul trouble took him off the court, but when he was on it, the Zags, they were cruising and comfortably out in front.
Worth a watch, brought to you by Principal Anton Watson. Only played the 10 minutes in the first half, had 13 points, as you said, 5 of 8 shooting, made 2 of 3 threes. Maybe the Dons can go tap our utility Alex on the shoulder and see if he can help them try to handle Anton Watson. The strongest man in television.
Look at that guy. That guy's huge.
How do you think I'm going to fare? Every year I challenge him to an arm wrestling contest.
I can't believe you're 2-2 so far. I mean, it's amazing.
Underdog story, Sean. Here we go, second half. Spot in the champ game on the line. Julian Strawther, no good on the three. Marcus Williams starts on the floor for USF.
Well, I like the adjustment of Marcus Williams. That three-guard lineup is their best lineup. It's their most explosive lineup. They can find matchups where they can get an advantage.
Wide open, Newberry off the pass from Roberts, but he didn't make it.
USF right now is not really sending anybody to the offensive glass. They're just getting back.
Timmy, a foul.
They're going to give him 2 shots on that.
That was a savvy play by Drew Timmy. Just kind of flipped one up there. He's gotten a lot of his offense at the free throw line.
So you got to make shots because you're not going to get any second chance points, right? And the reason why you're not sending anybody to glass is because Gonzaga is so good. If you go and send like 2 to the glass, they are attacking downhill with advantage. Their bigs will bring the ball. Their guards are sprinting immediately, and that's where they can punish you.
But it's a good point, because it really does mean essentially you have to make shots, because you're not going to get those second chance opportunities. Those jump shots have to go in for USF. That's the first free throw miss for Timmy in the game. Makes the second. 9-point lead for the Zags. Ty Roberts, such a good player and a compliment for Shabazz. Only had 3 in the first half. They are going to need more from him, you figure.
He had a big second half the other night against Santa Clara. Started asserting himself a little bit more offensively. They need that here.
He'll shoot the contested 3. No good. And maybe part of the emphasis is trying to get him a few looks, trying to get him going. Bolton curled around, too strong on the jumper. There's your Bolton. Sometimes you wonder, he's got that thumb taped up. is that affecting his shot? He still does a lot of good things on the court, but down the stretch of the year, those shots haven't been falling with quite as much regularity. Shabazz, baseline, good.
Tough shot. I mean, what doesn't he have in his game? He's got it all in the bag.
Got it all.
Look at that. Great pressure. Lucky that one got deflected, but look at this off the bounce. You defend him for the three-point line, a little step back, create space.
That's good defense.
So quick on his release, though, and the trajectory of his shot, very difficult to block.
Hickman, the inbounder. Well, they leave Watson open again. Not this time. Tap right back to Anton Watson. Here's Hickman's three. That one's good.
That kick out off the offensive rebound, always a great time to get a three. Watson turned it down, made the extra pass.
Shabazz for the answer, no. And here comes Gonzaga. Strother down the lane, nice pass to Watson.
They are in transition at all times. Look at that, are you kidding me? Oh, please
boy.
make it.
Please.
Oh, Dave. How much fun is Khalil Shabazz? That is one bad dude on the court right now.
Gosh, I'm going to miss him in this league.
Give me a stop. I want to watch it again.
Loose ball, they got to stop.
Shoot, Timmy's down, though.
Yeah, Timmy's slow to get up. Marcus Williams on the attack, hangs in the air, missed it. And Timmy is holding the side of his head. Still in pain. He's not happy.
I'd get the ball to him right now.
Yeah,
he's going to go.
Angry Drew Timme. Spin, draws a foul. He's still angry.
Drew Timme. So he took an elbow to the side of the head on that move right there. And he is, I think, asking for a whistle.
He's so tough to read. So now we got arguing on both sides.
Well, Kunin, I think, is bleeding, so they've got him down at the other end of the floor.
Kunin's bleeding. Timmy
While we got this
hear.
stoppage,
Yes.
can we please dial up Shabazz's shot one more time, please? We haven't got that replay yet, and I want to see that again. I mean, shake the defense, shot fake, drain the three.
We're going to get to it. Kunin's still trying to stop the bleeding. All right, so you get a certain amount of time to try to stop it, and then you have to come out of the game. Ask and ye shall receive.
Look at that little shot fake. That was after the shake, which sent Bolton sliding across. I mean, just so elite in the ability to create space. You know, there's so many players around the country that you look at and you go, okay, well, gosh, you know, they list him at 6 feet. He's probably under 6 feet, to be honest with you. Oh, he doesn't fit the stature. He doesn't check all the boxes. You know what box he checks more than anything? Heart, shot making, warrior mentality, non-stop motor, basketball IQ. Give me all those boxes. You can take your height. I'm going to take a guy that can play like him.
Great high school player, started his career as a Division II player. Nobody wanted him.
It's unbelievable.
He's 4th all-time in the history of San Francisco scoring. Now in his career, Timmy makes the first free throw. This is a year where the WCC has celebrated Bill Russell, between Bill and Bill Cartwright and Casey Jones and Jamari Bouye and on and on and on. Top 4 all-time scoring in the history of the program.
It's amazing. And Drew Timme closing that gap to become the all-time leading scorer in Zags history.
Yeah, he's 10 points away from tying the great Frank Burgess atop the all-time list. Made one of 2 free throws. Roberts almost lost it. Ty Roberts being hounded by Bolton. Williams goes down the lane. Just kind of heaved it up there. Gigi Berria couldn't grab the rebound.
Second time Williams has been in the paint and just kind of let it fly, and really hasn't been a great shot attempt.
That was a let it fly moment for Bolton. Gigi Berria down the court, gave up the layup to get the 3 for Roberts. Turned into a good decision.
The throw ahead was brilliant, but the awareness of Gigi Berria to see Roberts tell him, hey, give it to me on the trail. Just beautiful offense right there.
Most of the time you just want to take the layup, but that turned out well. Here's Watson down low against Gigi Berria, who's got the 3 fouls. No. Played defense without fouling. Gigi Berria has been impactful when he's been on the floor. Shabazz found a little crease, but was way too strong that time.
Was drifting forward on that shot. Was not straight up, straight down. That's why it was a little strong and went long.
Yeah, he knew it. Bolton flips it out to Hickman. His 3. No.
Gigi Berria has played very well for USF. The fatigue factor, though, USF's starting to look a little gassed walking up the floor right now.
Got to dig deep. Your season's on the line. Williams, they dared him to shoot, makes the 3.
It's a 4-point game.
Yeah, threw it all. With 15 minutes to go. Timmy went right by Gigi Berria, and then they count the basket. Goaltend.
Well, it's a 6-point game now after that one, but Khalil Shabazz putting on a show after putting up 38 on Saturday. He's got 19, and he's done it in incredible fashion. He's a showman, he's a warrior, he's a scorer, and he's fun to watch.
Michael, I am offering you a chance to atone for what you have done.
What exactly are you asking me to do?
Tread very carefully.
If we do this correctly, every person will get what they deserve.
Showtime, now $5.50 a month for 3 months. Visit directtv.com/showtime today.
To make an Ariat boot requires like over 150 people. Artisan, craftsmanship, that's not a trend, it's just how things are done here. Whip stitching or tooling or putting studs in by hand maybe could be done by machine, but these boots have a lot of character. They're made by people who know what they're doing and are really good at it. The guys that shape the heels, they're sculptors to me. It's so hard to do because you're doing it by hand. It's not cast, it's not done by machine. It's a guy making a heel, and that's cool.
Well, in case you missed it, Khalil Shabazz, Saturday night was just unreal against Santa Clara. Santa Clara team that came in as one of the hottest teams in college basketball.
Yeah, they had won 7 straight. They had the guard, Brandon Pajemski, that's the co-conference player of the year. But it was that young man that took care of business, put on a show that we really hadn't seen since the 2020 quarterfinals. One of the great all-time head-to-head scoring performances in Champ Week history. That's not an understatement. Jordan Ford, Colby Ross of Pepperdine. It went 2 overtimes, and both of them dropped a 40-plus piece.
Yeah, that's a game we'll never forget, and Shabazz's game we'll never forget. Top 5 scoring game in the history of the tournament. The top 2 were going head-to-head against one another 3 years ago. You and I were here.
Lamont Murray Jr. actually coached on the club circuit. Had a huge performance here against Pacific back in 2017. A lot of great performances, but Khalil Shabazz goes right up there.
If San Francisco is going to win this game, it would be a big upset. They've been down in the game by as many as 15 against Gonzaga. He may need to approach that 38-point mark again here tonight. And he's very capable.
We got Julian Strother on him right now. they've tried everybody. I mean, they've put Hickman on them. Strother's been on them. Salas has been on them. Bolton's been on them.
And that was Mark Few's point to us, is like, you know, the challenge of playing San Francisco in a lot of ways is no matter what you do, these guys, and Shabazz in particular, can just, the shots sometimes just go in no matter what you try. Williams passed up the three. So did Newberry to drive. Timmy cut him off, but he scores anyway.
That's good balance that time by Newberry to settle on two.
There goes Watson. Lost Gigi Berria. Missed the shot, though. Got his own miss and puts it in.
He just stays with it. He's made some big plays and some big moments for this team this year. I go back to that steal he had again, bringing up the press. Nobody picked him up. Goes down with the monster dunk against Alabama, and now their win in Birmingham against Alabama.
Roberts behind the back pass. Shabazz, quick release, short that time. They don't all go in.
But you expect them to.
You sure do. Ten Zags have actually made 8 threes. Gonzaga doesn't make a ton of threes as a team. Here goes Timmy right past Gigi Berria.
They cannot allow him to get that deep. We say it over and over again. It's easier said than done. You've got to meet him up the line and force him to back you down. And then on the catch, you're going to hope that you give him enough time to have help come.
So he's got 15, 6 points away now from tying the all-time Gonzaga scoring record. All-time career. Roberts 3. Timeout USF. Hanging in the game.
This is what they do, and this is what they did the other night against Santa Clara. Every time you felt like, okay, here it goes, they hit a couple of threes, and then you look up and you're like, man, it's only a 5-point game.
Michael, I am offering you a chance to atone for what you have done.
What exactly are you asking me to do?
Tread very carefully. If we do this correctly, every person will get what they deserve.
Showtime, now $5.50 a month for 3 months. Visit directtv.com/showtime today.
There's a reason some people go to the gym. Because they don't do what you do every day. Lifting, climbing, lunging, and repeating till the job's done right. This is your workout. This is your gym. And these are the boots and workwear that stretch, support, and protect you every step of the way. Learn more at ariatwork.com or a retailer near you.
It's time to make some magic.
Very quickly up court, gives it to the freshman of the year, Traylor. Off the glass, it's good!
Make some memories.
Campbell leads.
Make some noise.
Champ Week is here. This is the second semifinal game in the West Coast Conference Championship night tomorrow night here in Las Vegas. Meanwhile, tomorrow, the New York Life ACC men's tournament gets underway. You got the 3 first-round games. Second round on Wednesday, North Carolina in a very precarious position. Such an important tournament for the Tar Heels.
Yeah, the Tar Heels made their run to the national championship game last year before losing to Kansas. Ended the season at #1. They don't get a win on Wednesday. It's over. I think they need to win that game and then beat Virginia to find a way into the field.
Do or die time for the Tar Heels. Gonzaga, they're going to be in, right? No matter what.
Well, not if you read a lot of newspapers. You know, it's so funny. Everybody, you know, and listen to the numbers. First 4 out, you see North Carolina there, Arizona State, Wisconsin. All those teams on the first 4 out, they have an opportunity to play their way in potentially this week. Champ Week getting underway. Big 12 tournament going to be great. It's so funny. Every year we go, hey, you know, this year, oh, what's wrong with the Zags? They're 9th in the country, folks. They're good. They're really good.
26-5. Timmy swarmed, tried to find Watson. Shot clock winding down. Watson heaves it up. It's an air ball. That's a shot clock violation.
Good defense that time by USF. Here's the deal. Gonzaga may not be as crazy elite as we've seen in the last couple of years, but you've been spoiled with how good this program's been. In a season where there's so many teams that have lost games and have lacked consistency, Gonzaga's been pretty darn consistent.
Yeah, this is their down year. 26 wins. Williams, corner three. Got it.
Beautiful offense. 2-point game.
2-point lead for Gonzaga. The 3-point shot, the equalizer, as it so often is. A little 6-0 run for San Francisco. Now an offensive foul. Wow. San Francisco has a chance to tie or take the lead. It's a 2-point game here in Vegas, semifinal number 2 in the WCC. Well, the J-Dub Productions drones have really been working hard here in Las Vegas to get these scenics. It's a great venue for the WCC tournament. It is every year. Great crowd here tonight. Semifinal Monday. St. Mary's is in. They beat BYU. Champ game tomorrow at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. And look who's going to be with us.
Angel Gray. She's going to be working tomorrow with us.
Game. It's a big game. Angel's here.
You know it's big time when she shows up.
Her first game in college basketball game calling was a WCC game.
Yeah.
Pepperdine.
How about that?
A while ago, but still.
I mean, you know, she saw the Instagram post of the law firm of Fleming and Farnham on the call tonight in the semifinals and was like, she wants her own residency with the two of us here. So tomorrow night we'll work on the residency.
Williams no good on the three. That would have put USF ahead for the first time. Zags have never trailed. San Francisco is hanging in the game with 11 minutes plus to go. This would be a big upset if the Dons could pull it off.
This would capture a lot of people's attention. 2 reasons why. 1 is Gonzaga losing before they get to the finals. But 2, it would mean San Francisco is a potential bid stealer in the NCAA tournament.
It would make tomorrow really nerve-wracking for a lot of bubble teams. Watson had it stripped away. Mark Few has never had a team that wasn't in the champ game of this WCC tournament. Ever. This is 24th year. Roberts went behind the back, got Salas in the air. That was good defense, though, by Hunter Salas. Shabazz out of the game at the moment. Shot clock winding down, and finally Salas reached in. After all that great work, and he was unhappy with the whistle. He was working hard. I mean, I think he did foul him.
A lot of touching. Getting a little too handsy. Shabazz back in the game, by the way.
Yeah, he was waiting at the scorer's table. Shabazz has 19 for USF. Newberry's got Bolton on him. Size advantage for Dwayne Newberry. Watson swats it away.
5 seconds on the shot clock. The kick out was to Roberts in the opposite side. I don't think you could see him. Look at Roberts. He got both hands up like, I'm wide open.
Give it to me. I'm a good shooter. 5 to shoot. USF's got to get the ball in. Shabazz found a way to catch. With the left hand, Timmy blocked it. Good help defense. Malachi Smith going downhill. Strother three. No. Tip in. It's good by Smith.
Starts with the defense, leads to the offense. Kendall South starting to get loud.
Oh, boy. Zags fans trying to help their team. They're getting pushed tonight. Williams cuts to the basket. Another block by Watson. Timmy got fouled from behind.
Dave, back-to-back defensive efforts. that were stellar. I'll be honest, though. Williams tried to dunk this, and that was the mistake. He should have extended out in front of his body. He would have been able to easily finish that one. But because he went up with two to kind of push it up, it allowed enough time for Anton Watson to get that block shot. And then at the offensive end of the floor, look how deep Drew Timme is, and he is pumped.
So are they. Fourth foul against Josh Coonan comes out of the game. Timme working his way through the double team. Bolton wide open three. Good! Late shot clock again for Shabazz. Made him give it up. Newberry, tough shot. No. Rebound, Gigi Berria. And he hit his teammate in the face with the ball. Maybe Newberry already was dinged up.
He did. He had cotton in his mouth, in his nose already. And I think he's bleeding right now.
Back to a 7-point lead. Yeah, he's bleeding, and they need him. He provides some toughness down low.
The outlet pass, and what happened was he had something up his nose, cotton, to stop the bleeding. It fell out, and as it fell out, he looked down, and then the ball just rocketed right off his face.
It's a glamorous job being an athletic trainer. Get that backup cotton and jam it back in there. 18 to shoot for San Francisco. With the building getting much louder this last minute. Shabazz got fouled, I believe.
Here's the interesting thing. That's the 15th foul now against the Zags.
And where it really puts pressure on you is the guards for USF are such good free throw shooters. Gigi Berria and Greg fouled him. So now the next whistle is going to mean free throws for the rest of the game. And those guys, Shabazz, Roberts, and Williams, have the ball in their hands so many times, so much of the time.
Yeah, it's 6 personal fouls so far here in the second half.
Team fouls. All right, Gigi Berria against Greg. And no, tip, no. Fight for the loose ball. Another foul against Gonzaga.
That's 3 fouls on this trip down the floor.
And there is some dispute for us in terms of how many fouls Gonzaga has. Obviously, it's only 6 now, so.
Just hustle and effort by Gigi Berria. Okay, so now it'll be there. We had a discrepancy on our books.
Gigi Berria, he wants to draw another one. He almost did. Loose ball. Bolton comes away with it.
Gigi Berria, stay within yourself. That was a little much.
He was feeling
a lot of big help there. You cannot let Anton Watson.
And there's one on Gigi Berria, which would be number 4.
That's just frustration, right? Like, so he's just doing a little bit too much. He's played a really good, solid game. Down at the offensive end, he forces it. Then defensively, they have a mismatch. Gonzaga sees it right away and gets it right to Watson. Gigi Berria's got to help early.
Watson makes the first free throw. So Coonan in, Gigi Berria out. That's not been a good thing for the Dons in this game. They've been better when Gigi Berria has been on the floor. We'll see how long Chris Gerlofson leaves him over on the bench. Watson makes 1 of 2. Bodies flying everywhere. Williams left his feet, but found Roberts. He got fouled shooting three. Shot didn't go, but he's going to get 3 free throws.
And that is a blessing for San Francisco that has gotten a little stagnant offensively. It was a 54-56 score. And it's been a 6-0 run from the Zags since then. And now an opportunity to stop the clock. One of your better free throw shooters going to the line. Potentially to tighten this thing right back up.
Roberts, excellent free throw shooter. Anton Watson now has 3 fouls for the Zags.
You talk about a guy transferred in from Washington State.
Started every game for them in the Pac-12 last year.
But saw this as an opportunity to play the style he wanted to play. Now, Kyle Smith doesn't play all that different. He gives a lot of freedom to guards. But he saw what Jamari Bouye was able to do and was like, you know what? I'll play with Khalil Shabazz. Yeah. That's how great of a run it was for San Francisco last year.
Made them all. Well, those are 3 big points for USF. Lead is 5. Zags have the ball. 8 minutes to go. St. Mary's waits in the champ game in the WCC. Roberts, again tonight, he's playing good defense. He's been on Strother, and it's been hard for Strother. Bolton 3. Good!
Lunge reach, get yourself out of position. A defensive breakdown that time by Shabazz. If you're going for the steal, you better get it.
Didn't get it, and it cost him. 2 big shots here in the last few minutes for Rozier Bolton. Shabazz flipped it up. No. Markovetsky dunks it down.
He is just huge.
Massive. Timmy against Big Bova. Timmy scores right over top. Newberry, open 3. That one too strong. Tap back rebound. Smith, 1 dribble, 3. No. Game's getting a little ragged and wild. Roberts in transition, 3. Well short. Williams finds Shabazz. His 3. Good.
I mean, poor defensive transition by Gonzaga. The first one, you understand, they're a little bit scrambled out. But you give up the offensive rebound and no awareness of where Khalil Shabazz is, and that is unacceptable if you're a Gonzaga Bulldog. Because if you give him space and he catches it, it's as good as gold.
Well, what do we love about Champ Week, brought to you by Principal? The emotion, the intensity of these games. These 2 teams played twice in the regular season. Just a whole different. We had 1 game between these 2 that was awesome in the regular season, but a whole different level here tonight in Las Vegas, and a chance to watch Khalil Shabazz in that San Francisco uniform. He is just spectacular. Zags led by 8 at the half. It's a 5-point lead with 6.5 minutes to go.
It's been back and forth here in the second half, and the Dons have played them even. The question is, can they play them better than even? I mean, to close this gap, they're going to have to get some stops at this end of the floor. Gonzaga's run some pretty good stuff as of late. They're lunging and reaching. This is where it's a mental and physical check. Yeah. Dons have played a couple of games here already.
Timmy whips it into the corner. Give Gonzaga credit, too. They've made 10 threes. Ben Gregg makes it 11.
A lot of people talked about the depth of this team. Where's the depth for the Zags? Ben Gregg's been sensational tonight.
4 of 6 shooting 3 for the young big man. A foul against Hickman in the bonus. That's free throws. Shabazz goes to the line.
They're so afraid of getting downhill, and they've made the decision. They're not going to defend the 4-man, regardless of who it is from beyond the arc. But Ben Gregg has made him pay 4 times.
Figure he'll have a bigger role next year. Shabazz, 1-1.
Ben Gregg's dad does a tie ball on it. Great Twitter follower. Like,
really?
You follow him, he posts random pictures of Ben when he was like 6 years old.
2 free throws for Shabazz.
Wow, that's a look.
It's been 4 days. He's looked like starting to wear on him. Watson, little short jumper. He's had a great game too.
Great season. I'm going to nickname him Honorable. Because that's all he got from the league was honorable mention, which is just insane.
Crazy. Williams, Shabazz found an opening. And no, just didn't go. Good look. Strother, got it.
They talk about their floater game. They work at it all the time. Mark Hughes thinks they can make that about an 80% clip. It certainly is when number 0 shoots it.
Roberts, no on the 3. Danger time here for San Francisco. Zags making a push, up 10 with the ball. Watson lob. Timmy, lob was a little high. Timmy did find a way to catch it. Now he finds Strother, but the shot, no, because there was a 3-second call. So a turnover, even though the shot went down.
That was an aggressive lob attempt for Drew Timmy.
I like the attempt. John Watson's talking to himself out there. I read his lips. I won't repeat what he said. Coonan in the corner. Wide open 3 for him. Way short.
He hit a big one the other night, and that one was just short. He has been a little bit off tonight.
He really has. Right from the start. Strother right down the lane. Foul.
Zags are so tough. I mean, look, USF's fighting in this game. They're giving you everything they got. And every time it gets close, the Zags go on one of these runs.
Have so many options. And you said it's not maybe as deep as some of the great Zags teams we've seen, but it isn't just Drew Timmy. Julian Strother and Anton Watson, Gregg off the bench. Rasheer Bolton's made some big shots. Second free throw, Julian Strother. Got them both. All the way up to 12. Stolen.
Drew Timmy with active hands.
Watson, 3. No. Timmy active again, but couldn't corral the offensive rebound. San Francisco needs a bucket.
Well, they need a bucket. They got the ball in the hands of the right guy. He's got to trust himself to go here.
Along the baseline, got sort of pinned, flipped it up and in.
I mean, it defies science, right? I mean, the guy that's guarding him is 6'7".
And a great defensive player. Somehow he finds a way. Strother, another one of those floaters. No, but more free throws coming for Julian Strother.
Always a show here in Vegas. The Kennel South is loud, it's fun, and they got their sights set on a championship matchup potentially tomorrow night.
To old friends and new family, cheers.
I would do anything in my power to protect you.
There is some darkness out there.
You just gotta hold on.
That's right. What's happening? Someone knows what happened.
Showtime, now $5.50 a month for 3 months. Visit directtv.com/showtime today.
It started with making a better men's shirt. And now we're on a mission to take over your entire closet with basics that last a lifetime. Inspired by our Southern California roots, Built Basics is here to elevate your style in true premium fashion. Make the switch to premium basics today and level up your look. Shop now at BuiltBasics.com.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal. When you take care of your team, they take care of business. Las Vegas inside the Orleans Arena. The second semifinal tonight in the WCC. Gonzaga really being tested by the 6th seed, San Francisco, but the lead is 10 with only 2:50 to go. Zags that close to another matchup with their rivals in this league, the Gales of St. Mary's. St. Mary's, they were up 26 in the second half, and it was stressful down the stretch for the Gales, but they found a way. They beat BYU 76-69 tomorrow 9 Eastern on ESPN champ game here in the WCC.
Yeah, you know, they're probably going to go that three-quarter court press that we saw them utilize in Spokane, especially after watching the way the Gales struggled against the pressure of BYU late in that game. First, they got to finish this one up.
They do. Which, again, Santa Clara on Saturday had an 11-point lead with about, 4 minutes to go on San Francisco. Couldn't finish it off. So when you got Shabazz and Roberts and Williams, it's not over. But Julian Strother down the stretch, getting to the line again, takes the first of 2.
The joy he plays with. I mean, he competes, and it's fun to watch Julian Strother as he's evolved and has grown in his role with this team this year.
And the greatest half-court shooter that I've ever seen.
You love the walk-through three-point contest.
And nobody's ever been better than he is at it. Roberts, little shot fake. That 3 is good. San Francisco going to set up some pressure here. And Strother has to call a timeout. So a quick timeout for us, 30-second break. Game's not over, 78-69. Be back right after this. Dave Fleming, Sean Farnham. We're in the WCC all year. It's provided great theater all year. We can't wait till the champ game tomorrow night, but first things first, maybe one last push for that young man. One of the brilliant scorers in all of college basketball, Khalil Shabazz. Anton Watson's had a great game, 20 for the Zags. More pressure here. They get it into Watson. Gonzaga breaks the press.
And they break it with their bigs. I mean, they break it with Anton Watson. That's what they did against Alabama in that play where he goes down and dunks it. Mark Few has figured out, like, if I've got skilled bigs, your big's probably not comfortable guarding my big in a full court press. So if you're going to press me, look for the bigs for Gonzaga to consistently get their hands on the ball.
It's a great press breaker. Timmy kind of pushes one up. No. Rebound tapped out of bounds, but it goes off of San Francisco. They couldn't grab the defensive board. They got to stop. And that one hurts with 2:02 to go.
And now you got to lock in for another 20 seconds. This is where Gonzaga can be a little bit more patient if they want to.
Isaiah Hawthorne comes in for the Dons.
He played well in his limited time, but he's been in foul trouble.
Yeah.
With 3 fouls in 9 minutes of action tonight.
Guy who can make shots. So Mark Few, he wants that clock to roll. Hickman now will start to go with, well, I thought he would. Now with 5 he goes. Nolan Hickman all the way in the basket with the left hand.
Really solid game out of Nolan Hickman tonight. Big basket right there.
Roberts finds Shabazz, 3, no. Rebound, Hickman. San Francisco, you would figure, needs a foul.
The coaching staff trying to say, hey, let's bring the double. Nobody was going. And then you foul.
Zags make their free throws. They're going to play for a championship, and it'll make it 24 for 24 for Mark Few. It's ridiculous.
It is. It's comical.
24 years in this league as a head coach, and assuming the Zags finish this one off, it'll be 24 appearances in the West Coast Conference Championship game. Drew Timme may have to wait one more night to set the all-time Zags scoring record. 1 of 2 free throws for Hickman. Well, Bolton has at least made it tougher on Shabazz here down the stretch. You got to give him some credit for that. That's a real tough shot. No. Loose ball. Salas rebound. He's fouled. 1:01 to go. We're going to the other end. And I think for all the Zags faithful here in Las Vegas.
Gerlofs and a few talking to each other. Gerlofs goes, that's a foul. Marcus, yeah.
Well, I mean, you have to foul anyway. You didn't have the ball.
Yeah.
And it's a perfect player to foul. Not that Hunter Salas can't make free throws. He's a good free throw shooter, but he doesn't shoot many of them.
I like where your mind's at, Dave. But I like where Hunter's is as well.
Yeah, he's still growing. Tons of expectations. Zags really feel like his best basketball is still ahead of him. And he very calmly makes both. Great effort in this tournament for the Dons. Shabazz missed the layup. Follow goes. 53.4 on the clock. We'll stay here. Timeout, San Francisco. Well, we assume that Gonzaga is going to hold on here, and we'll have time to put a bow on San Francisco's season here momentarily. But let's take a quick look ahead. The two teams, St. Mary's and Gonzaga, split the regular season championship. They split their 2 matchups. How do you see tomorrow night?
I think there's a couple things that stand out. One is the Gales are going to have to figure out how they're going to want to attack the 3-quarter court press and be a little bit more aggressive within that. Aiden Mahaney and Mitchell Saxon have to be involved in the game early. They struggled in that game in Spokane. Neither one of them scored in the first half. Logan Johnson was sensational. So those things all have to change for them to execute and win and control the tempo and the pacing of the game. You know they want to slow the game down because that's how they've done it all season long. For Gonzaga, you've got to be patient. Make sure the quality of shot that you get is exactly what you want. And I think as they've done so frequently in those head-to-head matchups, you play through number 2. Drew Timme has, over the course of his career, had many good games in that rivalry against St. Mary's. I think you play through him, you cut and space off of them, and you try to get them to be a little bit more out of shape because they're so good at getting in gaps and not allowing you to play through your best player.
And look, everybody loves the underdog story, but there's also something to be said for, we'll get a great champ game, I'm sure, in the Big 12, hopefully the ACC. Lots of leagues should provide a great championship game, but St. Mary's Gonzaga is about as good as it gets. Well, Shabazz got in there, tied up. That means San Francisco will get the ball. So the Zags turn it over. Maybe just a glimmer of hope if San Francisco can make a quick bucket here.
And great job on that press. Out of the timeout, and Strother just got a little bit off balance.
Williams inbounds it. Got to go really fast. Roberts all the way to the bucket. Layup good. They'll set up the pressure again. Bolton gets it up to Salas. And now Gonzaga smartly, they're just working.
Now you got to foul.
Got to.
You got to foul.
Got to. Precious seconds ticking away.
Playing this straight up is not the answer.
Yeah.
I mean, and then if you're going to foul at that point in time, why didn't you foul 10 seconds earlier?
I mean, if you either just back off and say game's over, we're not fouling, or you got to go a lot quicker than that. So Salas back at the line. Worked so hard on his jump shot and his free throw technique. All right, here comes Shabazz. Roberts, high arcing three, no. Hawthorne rebound, got his shot blocked. Newberry, no. And Strother comes away with it, and now San Francisco will just back off. The final seconds are going to tick off the clock. It'll be the Zags and the Gales once again tomorrow night in the championship game.
I want to take just the first couple seconds before we go into the Zags. Khalil Shabazz. That kid gave everything he had, man.
An all-time great West Coast Conference player.
So much fun to cover him.
Possible the last game period he'll play with that jersey on. And you can see the emotion already coming out for Khalil Shabazz.
26 points, and he was sensational. But his effort, though, you got to give credit.